Evo is a lot of things: competition, games, artist alleys, crazy merch, but also announcements. Welcome to Double Tap. This is a podcast dedicated to everything and anything in the fighting game community. I am, of course, your host, Crash. And yes, I'm wearing the same shirt as last episode because guess what? There's a part 2 to it, or really another episode for Evo 2024. I am, of course, joined by my awesome cast of hosts that have gone, have seen things live, get announced live, have checked it out online, like myself. But we're joined, of course, Static Gorilla.
Hello, I'm here. I was there.
Yes. He was here, he was there. Well, Mikey is also here, and he was also there.
Hello, welcome to round 2.
Welcome to round 2. Good one. Yes, this is round 2 for this week's episode. We got Meza, of course.
Capcom Fighting Evolution sucks.
Okay. And of course, we've got Ja holding us down.
Yeah, this edit will also suck, so.
Love the energy, guys. Just bringing it all in. Nah, but yeah, this is our second episode for this week. Evo was just so much. There was so much to get into, so much to talk about that we just could not fit it in one. So we've got a bonus round for you guys, as well as a couple other things to check out. But most of the announcements, though, let's just jump right into it, man. We have plenty of announcements that went down, some before, and of course the big ones that happened during and the finals, right? The top 6 for the big one, the big stage. I'm trying to think like as to which best order. I mean, I'll go with like kind of the series that I saw it in. I got to see, let me see, the KOF, or rather, yeah, KOF was first. So we got Vice and Mature was thrown out, right? We had that silhouette right before Evo, and kind of had people wondering real quick as to who it may be. But it kind of got debunked really quickly, though, once people kind of like recognized that it was like 2 people at first. I was actually on Static side. I was on Static side, though, early on. If you check out the last week's episode, not this week's first episode, but literally last week's episode, talking about like maybe a Team Street Fighter for like KOF, I was like really, I'm not gonna lie, bro, I was really on board. And I mean, a part of me still feels like it could still happen.
Or a guest character in Fatal Fury, maybe.
Yeah, nice. I think a guest character in Fatal Fury would be sicker. I think it would pull in a lot more people too. Like if they threw Ken in City of the Wolves instead or something, instead of saving it for Team Street Fighter and KOF. I think they need to just sunset KOF at this point and just really hammer in on City of the Wolves at this point, because I think City of the Wolves is really going to be the future of SNK, right? For at least a little bit.
I mean, I definitely agree. Just due to the fact that Gabe said it to us before he left. It was last Tuesday. He was like, "Oh, who do you guys think it is?" And I was like, "Oh, that looks like Mature and Vice. Like, if you don't put these 2 characters in, then yeah, I could see a guest character, but it had to be. I agree. It had to have been City of Wolves, because it just doesn't make sense to not promote at least the newer characters."
Yeah, true. And I mean, I think you're right, because like City of Wolves is getting mad. You know, there's a lot going on with City of Wolves. There's been a lot of hype. The gameplay's been great. The game looks amazing. The characters are killing it. And from what as Mikey keeps shaking his head, also told us, you know, it was pretty packed out there. Like when it came to actually playing the game, like their booths were actually pretty popular. There was a lot of turnout for it. So it's doing a lot of things right now. Including a new character as well, actually. So besides that, we did get a new character for City of Wolves. Kevin, it's Ryan? Because like it's or Ryan. Okay, Ryan.
People said it's Ryan, so like Ryan. So I don't really know the real pronunciation, but I'm gonna go with that.
Okay.
Yeah. He's a cop. Well, SWAT. He's SWAT. Well, he was seeking revenge, but we don't. Games. Yeah. We don't know what he's seeking this time, because the last game he was seeking revenge, so he entered the tournament because somebody killed his partner.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, I don't know what it's this time.
Father, dad, partner, wife. Someone took my car. You know, there's all these different reasons people be getting into tournaments.
Was his name Charlie?
Yeah, right. Another blonde dude just going ahead finding his partner because it needs a wrench for that. Authority, justice, all that good stuff. First of all, off the rip though, did you peep the Metal Gear like crouching animation, prone animation, like within like the first like couple of frames of gameplay? I was like, I had to take it back and be like, wait, did my man just start proning in a fighting game right now?
Yeah. He actually has a lot of these moves, a lot of moves out of it, and it's actually pretty annoying.
I was gonna say, it's like a
annoying.
stance or something because
Yes.
he has like a couple of looks like a couple options coming off of it.
He does crawl. He does get actions out of it. He can go under fireballs depending on which it is.
I would hope so.
He was very, very strong and marketable. So I would imagine he's going to be in, because he used to have some pretty oppressive pressure in high damage combos that were really insane. So I can kind of see why they put him in the game. He's definitely a staple. I just don't know if that's going to be a character, depending on the system, how well he's going to work compared to other characters that are just kind of functioning. He's very different. He doesn't really just play an SNK. He plays kind of his own game.
We'll have to see how he works around the SPG system. Like I think a lot of characters are gonna have to learn how to operate around that SPG system, and we'll see how they function around that.
That's for those that don't. That's the health part. Which part you pick for your health, I believe, and you can recover your health if you just guard. I figured that out by a friend.
Like the SPG system, like gets you access to like your version of what I'm calling like it's a different variation of like the drive impact almost, where you can absorb a hits and then get your armored hit through and whatnot like that. That can be done in air or on the ground, and be able to do, and then the rev system as well. Like it's just there's a lot of systems that these characters are we're gonna have to see how they play around with and what they're gonna be allotted to do when they're in certain states, and go from there.
Did you guys get the chance to peep out the game? Sorry, real quick message. You guys like actually get a chance to like, was he playable there? I actually didn't like.
No,
he wasn't, right? Oh, okay. Just wanted to double check if they were coming out with him like strong.
Playable
like that.
was
okay.
Terry, Vox, Marcus. Is his name Marcus?
Marco.
Yeah. Marco. Yeah.
Or is it?
But whoever Butt was in the last game. The Joe Higashi girl and Vox. Did I say Vox?
Yeah.
Terry and Rock, Vox.
Yeah, there was
Joe Higashi.
There was just the 5 playable characters. Sorry.
Tight. Okay. Oh, you were saying, Mezzo. My bad.
No, I think I think it was kind of just talking about the system. A lot of people played this character around the higher HP part because they wanted the damage. That was really what he was about. So I don't know. It just depends. I think that he's a very good choice of the game. I wonder if they're going to do anything with his colleague's son, because his colleague's son is supposed to run around with him. Didn't in the last game. He was only kind of like an outro character, intro like victory type thing. But I would kind of like to see it if this is taking place like a few years later, if he's a little bit older, if he just had him come out and do something. But I don't know. It depends. We might have, we don't know what the lore technically is, because this is still after Geese is dead technically, but nobody's ever dead.
Yeah, nobody's. Are you sure about that? Fucking in fighting games.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, no one's sure if they're that they can come back.
Everybody,
you know.
I mean, CBS 2 made sense though.
I think with that announcement, that was actually pretty. I did like the character overall. He actually, you know, what's funny? It wasn't until the Super that I recognized who he was, because I wasn't sure at first, because I don't have the biggest history when it comes to Fatal Fury. I'm definitely more on just like the KO website, because that's just like, you know, a compilation of everything. But there was I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna definitely refer it on the next episode. There used to be combo exhibitions. Like, I don't know if y'all remember the exhibitions videos they used to do at old Evos, like
Sonic
2010,
Hurricane.
Sonic Hurricane.net and shit. There was one that had him, and he had like these crazy like cancels that just got him so much meter and got him to like TOD, like crazy. Like, he had these stances, and it wasn't until I saw the Super I was like, holy shit, this is that guy. He was broken as fuck in those early versions, but those were also kind of like task kind of cancels they were doing. But I was like, damn, this guy's here. This is about to be fire. I was wondering why people were like so like hype about it, because the consensus has been like people love the fact that they've added him into the roster. So
they had I haven't played the new one or really watched too much of it, because I want to be surprised when it comes out, because I'm a big Marco Wolves fan. Like Goro, however you want to pronounce it or say it. Garu. Yeah, sure. It's like 100 names for it. Think cancels were really big in that game. I don't know if you guys played it at Evo and there was feint cancels still in the game. Yes. But it looks like it looked like there was. Feint cancels is what pretty much allows you to extend combos, but that's like originally it was kind of hidden tech. Now it seems to be, I guess it might be more open in the tutorial.
So now it's a separate input. I never knew how to do it because again, my opponent didn't want to let me move.
You don't get to play.
No.
I came out to Vegas, sit on this free setup. You ain't playing.
Did they make feint cancel a button?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's weird. Because usually feint canceling is 2 buttons.
Well, hey, it evolves, it changes, it becomes something new. They gotta make it easier.
So feint, it says pretend to do a special move without actually following through. This allows you to keep your opponent in check. You can even feint after a normal attack to reduce its recovery, then combo into something else. So that's R1 and circle. Movement varies if combined with forward or down. Only available in arcade style, of course. So for instance, if you played KOF 15, Rock and some of the other other Garo characters like Gato and Bijane had so Rock can do his rising tackle and it's cancel and stay on the ground. Bijane can do her spin thing and just stay the same way. I don't know about Gato, that's your boy, Mez.
Gato, he doesn't really have, I don't feel like he had feints in 15. He had more like cancels off of everything because they did in the other game. So he didn't really need it. Yeah, he didn't really need feints in this game in KOF 15 when I was playing. But like, if they make it just like how Market of Wolves was, man, I mean,
so yeah,
feint canceling could be really scary because you could do like heavy punches off of them and keep doing them. But they're really difficult.
Breaking, you can cancel the animation for certain special moves. This reduces the move's recovery, which it has a variety of benefits. Create more combo opportunities for yourself by breaking an attack, then segueing right into a different special move. So they have special into special, basically is what it's saying.
Yes, yeah.
So they don't also just have feint cancel, which Static broke down well. But there's also breaking as well. Sorry.
Okay, that is cool because I did like something with Vox where it was like an EX tackle into EXDP. I'm like, this seems dumb.
This seems like dumb fun.
Yeah.
You're gonna die of fun. That's what's gonna happen.
With feint cancels, did they actually add the little highlight behind them to let you know it's a feint cancel sometimes?
I didn't notice, but I didn't go for feint cancels. So like, because everyone's
just
still like
having fun.
Jab special. Everyone was like jab special, super jab. Like no one.
I'm so nice. I'm so nice. I'm so good. All right. Well, we're gonna have to just wait and see. As to like any other, as they continue adding more characters to the game and seeing what Kevin is gonna do when they do an actual breakdown on him. He wasn't the only, obviously SNK was not the only one that came out to show up with some great announcements. But we're actually gonna continue on these announcements after this quick break. We'll be right back right after this. All right, SNK's come through for Evo announcements with some good stuff right before the event, but then we've got some things that were showing off during the event. Might have caught wind of it. Some people are like, oh, it's dope. Some people are like, sure, why not? Let's talk kind of, I don't want to say problem child, but let's say the one that's had the most turbulent time. Multiversus, yes, everyone's favorite game. Listen, whatever you may feel about it right now, at least they're getting some pretty cool characters in. They had the announcement. They got they had a whole. I think it was actually on Friday. They had a whole breakdown on a panel in I'm not sure if it was like main stage, but it was quite a lot of people there. They announced season 2 for the game, and it's actually called Back in Time. And with that, we're actually bringing Samurai Jack and Beetlejuice into the roster. Which, as much as like it's great to see them confirmed, but they were pretty data mined very, very early on. It was just a matter of when. At least props to them for also bringing the original voice actor for Samurai Jack to actually voice Samurai Jack again. I'm trying to verify his name off the top of my head because I just had it, and it was, can't see it for some reason. Thanks Google, appreciate you. Phil Lamar, there we go. He also does like Hermes from like Futurama and stuff. He's like the same guy. But
and Vamp and Metal Gear.
Yes,
Sorry.
thank you.
I'll keep going.
we could. He's got a repertoire. He's got a repertoire for sure. Got announced. Samurai Jack being the first character to come up in season 2. He's got like right now season 2 is live already, clearly. But the announcement itself was pretty good. It came with some substantial changes as well. There's like ranked mode. I know. And I was like, wow, ranked mode on online. Right, fucking mind blowing. But it was coming. They said, it was coming. But at least it came with something extra. They actually have ranked skins. I thought that was a pretty cool idea. I was like, where if you land in gold, I guess gold, diamond, and master are these are the only 3 that I've seen so far. But starting off with gold, you get a certain kind of skin. Then diamond it upgrades, and then in master you get like almost like a prestige type of skin. I'm like, cool. I mean, hey, something to get that you get during, I guess, specific seasons. Works for me. As well as some patching. There's several other costumes now that are being shown off for the rifts and all. So they're coming out with a lot of content. It actually just went live. Well, technically it's 24 for me, but it's live on the 23rd when you guys are recording this. So it's out now, and we're just gonna have to wait for Beetlejuice to get some more details on that, which makes sense because Beetlejuice 2 is coming out this year. It makes sense. This all kind of lines up. We called this like a minute ago. Like, it makes sense that they're marketing it and trying to keep it to like the IPs that are gonna be hot. It just works to kind of release it on that. I don't know, how'd you guys? I mean, is anyone else here like rocking like Multiversus at this moment? As Mikey gives me the hardest like no, because I didn't even have to say it. I just felt it from here on the other side of the world.
I saw that they had an announcement on Tuesday, and they said, hey, we're going to announce a new character right after MK Finals. And I was like, oh no, before MK Finals. And I'm like, great, it might be Scorpion. So when I went to their booth, and they were actually giving out cards for Multiversus. I'm like, yo, this is cool. I got a Jake the Dog card, and that's awesome. I'm pretty sure they'll be announcing Scorpion. I mean, after all, Shaggy did make his first appearance as Super Shaggy or whatever it is, Ultra Instinct Shaggy, in the movie for the Scorpion animated film. This would be great. Samurai Jack. I'm like,
very much a good point.
I'm not impressed, but I'm disappointed. And then Beetlejuice showed up, and I was like, I'm not impressed, but I'm disappointed.
No, it's not. I'm not impressed, and I'm disappointed.
Sure.
So like, the characters are actually good characters to add.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let me get that out of the way. Like, it may, like, considering the IPs that Warner Brother has available to them, like, these are good picks.
Yeah,
for sure.
My problem is you need to fix your game. I don't know.
Yeah, I honestly thought I was gonna enjoy Multiversus more, and then like the speed change they made, just like when I talked about it before, so I'm not gonna go like into deep detail, but like just besides the other issues they've had, the speed change, I just can't. I can't do it. For me, I just can't do it. Yeah.
It's a little tough. It is a little tough. I didn't think it was gonna affect watching it as much as it did too, because like I'm like, some people might be like, oh well, it's too fast for people to understand, but it's like I don't think that was the problem, to be perfectly honest. I don't think that was the issue. But this slow speed stuff, nah man, it might not be it doesn't seem to be it. It ain't it, Chief.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm trying to just like I think the Samurai Jack pick is cool. Absolutely. I probably still don't care, because like realistically, that's another sword character in this game. I mean, look, it's cool. I was been waiting for the Powerpuff Girls. I thought that's what we were getting next. But because we got their stage.
Yeah.
Townsend
or Dexter or something, right?
But like, I understand why they're promoting Beetlejuice because of the movie.
Yeah,
but like,
saw that a mile away.
I mean, did they actually get Michael Keaton to do the voice?
No, I don't believe.
Yeah,
it's
trash.
Michael
Never mind.
Oh no. Multiversus does not make Michael Keaton money.
Bro, they couldn't even get the Homelander guy to do Homelander for.
I mean, I kind of get that, but like, you would think like if you're gonna do it, like, get Michael Keaton. Like, sure, yeah.
You ain't getting the first Batman to do it. The Tim Burton Batman.
I'm selling this.
That's okay.
Hey man, we'll see you at Comic-Con.
Did Michael Keaton even do the TV show? I don't think so, right?
No,
he did not.
I don't think he did the animated show at all. Yeah.
And in that time, when his career was like, and say, hell no, he ain't gonna be like, yeah, let me come by Nickelodeon and say what's up. Nah.
Happening.
I don't know.
Nah.
I mean,
not Mr. Mom, not that guy.
This is out. I'll say it this way. This is for somebody out there, right? Somebody's gonna be like, "Oh my God, Beetlejuice! I love this!" Like maybe throwback for some people who are a little bit older. For some younger people, they're gonna be like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" I get it, right? They're gonna be like, "Cool, he's just in the game." But realistically, I think Samurai Jack's probably gonna take the limelight. It's good he came out first because Beetlejuice is gonna come and go, and then they're gonna be like, "Well, time for the next DLC." That's how I see it.
Unless he's broken, then that motherfucker.
Yeah, unless he's broken,
It's just Beetlejuice is like super niche anyway because it's just like it's for people of a certain time. It's also Beetlejuice is typically like one of those like goth, but like you know what I'm talking about, like like more mainstream goth-ish kind of thing. Like it's just not.
It's like comedy horror, but it's like
we'll see.
It kind of falls in the same line of why is there a Beetlejuice movie, but like at the same time it's a whole nother story. But anyways, like
No, I was just gonna say that Beetlejuice, because of the type of character he is, like in the movie, I think like that leaves you like with a wide range of things you could do with the character. I did not watch the trailer for the Multiversus stuff, so I don't know what they actually showed for him. But there's a lot of possibility there.
Yes,
so that's why,
absolutely.
in terms of a character in a game like this, I think he is actually pretty good because, like, what is Beetlejuice gonna do? I don't know. Like, what can you really come up with for him to do?
That the Joker doesn't already have, right?
Oh yeah.
Well,
right.
I mean, like you could you could do things with sandworms. You can do things with like intangibility because he's a ghost.
He's clearly gonna do like the hammer thing because one of the promo arts already show his hand.
I mean, there's
like
a
one
lot.
of the hammers.
There's a lot you can do with Beetlejuice. Like it's just it depends on how creative are they gonna be with it.
He is the Green Lantern. If Green Lantern could morph his body into things.
Bro, you're reaching on that one.
That's all I got for you, bro.
So all right, so we'll see how it turns out. He's gonna be releasing later, but Samurai Jack out. We're gonna see how that goes. He's got a dope ass skin though at the end of that battle pass.
Oh, where he
skin's a pretty
I like
pretty cool
I like
callback with the
old,
armor and shit.
I like the old man, like where he's like it's Samurai Jack 2, and he's got like just the little crotch diaper on.
The banana hammock, I think is what it's called. That's what you're looking at.
All right, Urian.
So yeah, you got the Urian going on. Anyway, so besides that, we've had plenty of other games that we're getting. Obviously, great releases on that they had to wait till top 6 for us to see. The classic, hey, post finals and all. Let's go with off the rip. Let's go with this is not actually a release on top 6. Uzuki. The latest character for Unist, because they actually had her out there. We got to see a bunch of gameplay, but we actually did get an actual date for her release as well. This character is kind of nutty. She's actually coming out this week. It's actually on the 25th. So the cool thing that I'm liking about these Evo announcements is that they tend to announce and like we get it like pretty quickly most of the time. Not all of it. Yeah, not all of it, but it's like really cool that they tend to kind of keep it on the hype, which also is like a smart move, right? It's in your head. It's like, oh, it's coming out tomorrow, or check your emails. You already have an email to it, right? And, makes you be like, oh, cool. So like, you kind of like ride the high and kind of get that like that commitment from people to go check it out. And it's the same thing with her. Like her gameplay, we got to see only from the one trailer, but people got hands on. There's plenty of clips on Twitter. Crazy grab range, crazy stat. She's like Faust, basically. She's literally like the Faust of this game. Random items, really weird interactions, or also non-interactions with the game or with characters. But yeah, just she fits the theme, I guess. If they wanted to go with a really over the top character, she seems to fit the bill, and you guys are gonna be able to check her out this week on the 25th.
So real quick, I'll just state that it's a French bred character that people it's the closest to, what's his name? He is there's originally a character in Multi Blood that people really, really wanted, and this character kind of resembles him. They didn't ever put him back in the game, which Chaos. So Chaos was one of the characters, and she has that style where it's like very morbid, dark, like pulling stuff from the shadows. That is the cool aspect. I think she's probably the coolest addition to the game so far.
Yeah, her command grab stuff is like very fucking weird because it's got the coffin, so like she like rides it in different ways, like a vertical and a horizontal one. So she's like in these weird, very weird positions. So I'm trying to really understand, but we'll I'm gonna definitely be peeping out what she brings to the table when she gets released this week. Let's see. Kind of like a soft announcement. This one wasn't like the craziest, but we got a full launch roster for Hunter x Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for Net Impact. You know, the game that
looks ugly but plays great.
We're hyped for it, right? I mean, did you guys get to check out the exhibition? Shout outs to Diaphone for winning that.
Well, hold on a second. The way you said that to try to like pump up the podcast, like we're excited for it, right, guys?
We're excited for it, right, guys? Are we?
Everybody's walking out of the room.
Well, I was leading it towards this. I'm like, did you guys watch the exhibition? Because I'm leading it towards this main idea of how I felt about the game.
Right.
Because when I saw Diaphone play and then I saw things like that install and the movement, I was like, this shit I am just not feeling. I'm not feeling something because I'm like, bro, what am I looking at right now? Because it feels like some of it felt like it might have been just maybe that install and the movement, but I was like, bro, am I missing frames? Like I thought I was just not seeing things right. I'm
there's no screen shake.
Yeah, there's something missing there. I'm like, bro, why am I?
It's a budget aiding game.
I know.
That's what we were saying. Like the best description I could say is unseasoned. It is just unseasoned fighting game because it's hard to put your finger on it. And every trailer you see or every instance you see of it, you could point one other thing out. But like, you know, it's just like what is it? Like what is it really like? Missing.
What
like unseasoned is the best word I got.
Take it from somebody who plays trash games from time to time. I'm gonna be honest, and I don't think the game I'm about to say is trash. I think it has the same similarities. It's like Power Rangers. There's no impact. Everything feels very like stiff, and even the wave dashing seems stiff. The game is very, very Power Ranger-esque. I wouldn't be surprised if people didn't just compare it to that. Like the way it plays and looks. Like I'm looking at it more and more, and I'm just like, oh shit, it's Power Rangers 2.0 with Hunter x Hunter characters. Damn, and a little bit more animations, just a little bit, which is rough.
What I'm worried about is, you know how we always complain about how we just get anime arena fighters and how we always want like anime fighters to be like just a legit real fighter. I'm worried that this might have been the test. And like,
we don't know what the fuck we want. We don't know anything.
Like, this is the budget you get for a fighting game like that, or you could go make a budget arena fighter. What do you take? Like, so that's this is.
I'd probably still take
just
this.
Like, really over.
Bro, I play JoJo's and there's no rollback. All right, so you can't tell me anything at this point.
I get you. I get you. I also probably would take this over, but honestly, at this point, I'm like, I don't want either. I don't want either of them.
just make a kill game again and do that right. Like that was good. He did it good.
Yeah, but it was still. I just don't enjoy. I don't enjoy anime arena fighters. I just don't. I'm sorry. It's not my tea. Like,
you don't like the 16th installment of games?
Out here, bro, I've asked so many people, or when they start talking to me, because I'm watching Evo, so a lot of people are like checking me out at work when I have it up, and I'm like, oh, is this Mortal Kombat or is this Street Fighter or which one is which? And they're like, yeah, do you play? Like, oh, I play some fighting games, and they'll be like, yeah, Naruto, Shippuden, whatever. I'm like, God fucking damn it. Like, really? And it's like more than once. Like one time I give it a pass and I'm like, bro, it keeps happening. I'm like, I think you're using that word, like fighting games. You're using that word. I think you're using it. I don't think you know what that means. Like
you missed arena. You missed arena in there.
So basically, to get back to Hunter x Hunter, I feel like this is the monkey's paw curl of like us getting away from anime arena fighters, but this is what you get
ugly,
instead.
It's fucking ugly,
You get what looks like Mugen, but worse.
I kind of feel like if they can clean up the animation somehow, like and just add some effects, like if they can do that, it would be
Impact.
like in such a much better space. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It needs some polish. It needs a lot of polish.
I'll say this.
And the other part, there's one thing I just want to say is just the other thing that gets me though, is just the characters. Like these characters like do some wild shit. If you've seen the show, it's wild. But they are like, because of the way they're rendered out, they're like, they are bland. Suit guy, like guy with a fucking white beater and some shorts that kind of has a crazy hairstyle. I'm like, okay, but he's like not over the top. I'm like, bro, this is it. Like, there's nothing wild.
I didn't watch the show. I watched the intro. I was like, is that Budget Frieza? Like,
yeah, I'm just like, oh, what am I looking at?
Frieza is such an
I know I'm saying that. That's probably mad disrespectful. That character's probably great in the show. Like, I haven't watched the show, but that's what I thought when I first saw it. Like, that Budget
Dollar
Frieza?
Store special Frieza.
I also noticed
you get the Frozer.
You're gonna have the Hunter x Hunter community coming for you immediately.
Well, I also noticed the camera doesn't move out either, or it's not actively like following them. It's all in just one square.
I was just gonna say it has shitty MVC1 screen super jump stuff where you can't see the other character that's on the ground. I want to like the game. I've said it to you guys before. I think it looks absolutely trash, but the game is probably a really good gameplay. It's like when the other Spectrum, where they did Guilty Gear, people were like, oh, there's just too much screen shaking. It's just everything's like exploded. There's just too much.
Well, we're so used to seeing counter across the screen.
Yeah, but this is like the complete opposite. I'm like looking, I don't even know if I even care to get a hit.
It's too clean. It's too clean.
Yeah.
Like it's just also weird going from like DNF to this. Yeah. Like it's the same developer, so you can tell the budget really kicked in here on what
they might as well go back
on what they were. Yeah,
just invest in more DNF tool at this point, and I'm not even trying to see that happen, but because I like new IPs.
Yeah. Well, we got a full roster, which actually, funny enough, I didn't get enough. Remember, 3v3 tag, right? Yeah. You're coming out with a roster of, looks like it's 3, 6, 9. That can't be right. It's 11 characters? Oh, I'm about to say. No, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Okay, 16 characters. All right, phew. Okay, 16 characters. Not terrible. But for a 3v3, I'm like,
a little small.
I mean, there's a lot of combinations though. I'm not gonna pretend like I'm a fucking mathematician. There's definitely so many combinations, but we'll see.
That's always the worry about tag games. It doesn't matter who is making the tag game. It's if your roster size is not up there, it's going to definitely bring questions of like, should this have been a tag game?
Yeah, hopefully it's enough that there's enough archetypes and there's enough differences in gameplay and variety that will supplement that. Like that's the other side of it.
Yeah.
It isn't always roster size, but if like as long as it doesn't, as long as there's like some variety there, then I think it'll be in a good spot.
I'll say this one last thing. I really feel like the biggest thing we see happen very often, at least like if you saw Power Rangers, I think because they're using these low budget in graphics, they have to pump. They can't do what like Street Fighter does, where they go, hey guys, every like 3-4 months we're gonna put out a character. No, you need to be like blasting characters out left and right, because if you're gonna keep anybody's attention, characters are gonna keep people's attention. They need to do what KOF did with 14, update the graphics midway through. I don't care if you release a half-assed game, just be prepared to update it. And the reason why I'm saying that is because 14 did that for KOF. I wasn't happy about it, but it definitely looked a lot better and it got a little bit more attention. This right now is just bad. Like, I don't know why they just didn't talk to Arcsys and be like, hey guys, we want to use the same graphics as Guilty Gear. Like,
budget.
I was gonna say Arcsys is like, do you have Arcsys money? That's,
no. They can go backwards. They can
no.
use plus R graphics. Come on, bro. Like, I know that might be more expensive. Something like, hey man, how did you do 3D? We need that.
Plus R, bro. Oh my god, that was sprites, by the way. You meant Exert.
Yeah, I know. They just didn't do shading right. That's all I'm saying.
But we'll see. We'll see how the game. You know what? If the game is fun and you're having fun with it, fucking go for it.
Yeah,
I'm still gonna give it. I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna test it out and see. But at least we got ourselves a full roster. Now let's talk about other great decisions from other great companies. Capcom decided to announce, which I was like, oh, they must have just like gotten it reversed. It's okay. No, it was real. SNK versus Capcom, or SVC Chaos, for those that know, getting a re-release.
But this was with the SNK.
Excuse me. This is the SNK side. Sorry, this is the SNK one. Listen, Capcom was in those talks to say, yeah, this is fine.
Yeah,
but
they better.
But they didn't announce anything else. So no surprise.
SVC Chaos, for those, it's one of the. It is a very interesting experiment at the time. Obviously, we had our Capcom versus SNK, Capcom versus whatever, or versus kind of era. It's like the teenage years. We're just trying shit. Try this haircut. No, don't work. Bangs, bitch, you crazy. Anyway, this is basically what happened with SVC Chaos. Was like this was just SNK. It's Capcom characters in SNK world. Think if Tekken X Street Fighter ever happened, that Akuma and 7 all over.
So they got fucking Firebrand, bro. That's all I'm gonna let you. Like, I'm just
First of all, I don't know what the fuck you mean. Marvel 3 has Firebrand, so you need to get a different point.
This is a SNK.
This is Red Arimer.
Sorry,
exactly. So a bunch of characters, which also, by the way, still has probably one of the best, if not, I think the best version of Zero in any game ever, because it's the only one that you've seen Mega Man Zero in. That's also very weird to see.
Is this the first time? Is this the first time we see Zero in a fighting game?
No.
Yeah.
Onimusha Blade Warriors. Onimusha Blade Warriors.
We were just talking about 3D, bro. No, 3D like arenas, like
it's not an arena fighter. What are you talking about?
What do you mean?
It's a platform fighter.
The Soul Warriors? No.
It is a platform. Why does that not count?
Is it?
Yes, it is a platformer. It is literally the Smash of
Capcom. We're not. I'm not.
That's another discussion for another time. Anyway, SVC Chaos is released. It's just. It's the charm about this game is that it's Capcom characters drawn in the SNK style, and like certain characters just like you didn't think you could exaggerate things anymore, but man, Guile's hair never looked sharper in any other Capcom game than in here.
Yes, that is facts.
Look,
like they went like we can go further. We can. They gave us the green light on this character. Let's go further.
Look, let's call a spade a spade. This is really nice. I'm really happy they're releasing this. You want to know why I'm happy they're releasing this? It probably means that we're actually going to get the other versions.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let's get the trash out.
Yeah. What this is, it's like we're going to get this out so this sells before the other games that people actually want come out. And then no one buys this. So
yeah, basically. They're getting ahead of it.
So I will say this. Thank you, SNK, for making SVC Chaos because...
Yeah.
Thank you, Capcom, for agreeing to allow them to re-release it, because if you let Fighting Evolution ever come back, I will hunt you down myself. That game is so dog. I'm just saying, they could have been worse options, right? This was a good option. I'm not saying it was the best. You know, it's like...
Not even close, dog. That shit ain't even close. But Mikey's right. They're like, yo, we know what you want, but we're gonna give you this shit first, because we gotta give you this first, because we know once that's out, this is never going to see the light of day. You couldn't even get that approved in a pitch. If CVS was out in the wild with rollback, and you came into an office, you were like, yeah, we want to do SVC Chaos with rollback, you'd be like, you're fucking fired. Next, like, it'd be done.
Also,
like, but absolutely, I'm definitely on Mikey's side. I am like 99% sure that is the business decision here.
I just want to say for the record, most people don't know Athena in this game is completely different than regular Athena. So just be prepared for that. Like, she's a weird ass character. She's an anime character.
She's not the only one.
I know there's a lot of weird characters.
She's literally a goddess.
Like,
she's broken.
Yeah.
like this game is full of whack, weird ass fucking characters. Like,
But it does have violent Ken.
yeah.
And you all, first of all, yes, very true. And also you get Midnight Bliss on a bunch of different characters that
my
do some
favorite character.
very wild ass interaction. You're like, what? Yeah, Midnight Bliss. Yeah, you for those that know, you know.
Bro, I almost forgot to tell you guys. I forgot this mechanic was even in the game. Guard, cancel, front step. What?
Yep.
Like,
Come on, baby. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
that's all I'm gonna
All right. So with that, we're gonna actually be taking a quick break. When we come back, we're hitting all the top 6 announcements, the kind of crazier ones. Not to say these weren't also awesome, but there were definitely some interesting decisions made. But when we get back, guys, we're gonna get hitting off with the crazy announcements that went down on day 3. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, we are in the home stretch of this second episode for this week, and also in the home stretch of announcements from Evo 2024. Let's check out what went down on day 3. So you know what it is, like finals happens, especially the finals for the finals for Sundays is kind of like the big moment where these games and these companies get to put out announcements in front of the most amount of eyes and ears that are there, because chances are you got knocked out. So now you're sitting down and watching what is going on the screen. Let's start off with Granblue, because they were the ones that started off early in the morning and got the first touch of some announcements. I think they were all doing it before too.
Yes.
That's the thing. They didn't hit you with the do finals and then wait, which I don't know how I felt. I don't know about you guys. Did you like it? That was better, Mikey?
Yes.
Okay, Mikey's giving a thumbs up. What about you, Mezza?
I liked it. I didn't mind. I actually liked it a lot better because it didn't give me like this fake anticipation that something's gonna happen.
Right. Like to
Okay,
me, it's
okay.
like Evo is about competition. Get your announcements out of the way and then let the competition sing. So that way the winner isn't then like, I won, yeah. Oh,
Get the
cool,
fuck out of the way.
Here's about you. Like, no, like that.
Congratulations, bro. Yo, get the fuck out of my way. I can't see the screen. Please,
Yeah.
please. I need to see if my character that I've been tweeting at Harada for like 8 years to put in now. Yeah, so we got the announcements before the actual top 6 happened, which seems to be a general yay, positive. So we got like the creative director, even the CEO of Side Games America coming out to actually make the announcement. We did see this character's like artwork before that we actually got to see gameplay. This is Versusia is the character, probably the largest character in the game. She's just really big. I'm getting like super boss energy here because they have some very just large buttons, some seemingly overpowered type of moves. So definitely some like end boss type shit. With that, they're getting a story update, a version 1.5, battle adjustments and character adjustments across the board. And we don't have to really wait too long. That's actually happening next month. August 20th is when it's starting up. But she wasn't the only character that got brought in. Then we got like a quick glimpse at there's like no other way to say this. It's like a magical hamster girl. I can't make this shit up. Her name's Vikala. She put on some headband, her hair changed, hamster ears. Bro, I got lost, but I was like, all right, bet another character. It's Granblue. It gets all over the place. She's coming out in October, and then we actually did get a confirmation that Character Pass Season 2 is in the wings with one additional character that was shown off. I believe from just some crude like researching, Sandy was the name of the male character that was there. They didn't actually like formally announce it. They were just like teasing because people were like pretty hype, and it's one of the names that dropped. It seems to fit the bill. But yeah, so Granblue is going strong, which I'm stoked to see because Rising, it was a lot of work to save Granblue. Like let's just be very real. It was a lot of work, a lot of passion, money as well. That definitely went in for them, and a bet. It was a bet to be like, okay, let's pull it back, roll back. New characters, adjustments, mechanics, like just really revitalize this game, and I think it's paying off very well. Seeing how the reception has been on the game, so I'm stoked to see the announcements that they had and the characters. Like I said, this the first one we're gonna getting, Versusia, is like she looks like Luane's super.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's mom. Like he just called mom, and it's just like she's just there. That's why I was like confused. I was like, damn, this just a character? Like
she looks like
shit.
a boss character, and she looks like she's dope. It's kind of cool. I like when they put more evil characters like Vesrog, like characters that are bigger, not evil, but bigger, like Vesrog and stuff like that have it like
and
fill up the screen.
And she's bigger than him.
Yeah,
that's the wild shit. She's bigger than him, which is like fucking nuts. But yeah, so I liked what I saw, and this reception seems good. So we'll have to see how she ends up playing out later in August. We're gonna go. Let's go with Tekken. Tekken. Nothing too wild. I mean, we Lydia, right? Lydia. What do you mean? Nothing too wild. Lydia's already been announced. Nothing crazy. Tekken World Finals, right? Hey, we know where the Tekken World Tour Finals happen. It's gonna be in Shibuya, out in Japan. Apparently, it's the first time, which I didn't even think about that. Like, it's never actually had the finals over in Japan. It's actually happening later this year, December 4th to the 8th. Harada and Michael like to troll a lot, which like I was like, that's so funny. I actually like Harada's like entrance the most. He was just like, hello. Then he literally was just like, shut up. You shut up. Calm down. Shut up. He was just like, just be quiet. All in good fun. And then, come to realize this guy's the biggest fucking liar in the face of his fucking community.
Can't trust him
ever. Like, bro, at least don't. Yeah. Heihachi Mishima is dead.
Heihachi Mishima is completely dead.
Like that compilation before like getting hype and then finding out that fucking Heihachi is coming back, I was so dead set that it was not gonna be him. Like the way they presented it, like I was like, it might be MK.
I wasn't even mad though. I was like, oh. Like I was like, this motherfucker just can't die? Okay.
Yeah. I was actually like when they were doing the trailer and it showed this school of like people that were like learning Mishima style.
Yeah.
Like, so we're gonna get a character that's not Heihachi, that's been training in secret his style all this time, and while he might not have Heihachi's like fear focus or whatever, and his like he's a little off according to what the trailer was saying or whatever. I was like, oh, we're gonna get like an air to it. I'm like, I'm sick with that. Cool. And then it's just
nah, man. All of you can fucking die.
It's time. It's happening. I'm like, oh, Raina's gonna like, I don't know, Ogre is gonna come down and she's gonna like take the power from Ogre or something. I'd be like, oh, okay, 2.5 or 3 or whatever. And it's just Heihachi, and I'm just like, well, how does this play? And I do agree. Why do you bring back Heihachi when you already have Kazuya, who's the big bad of the story? And I'm not going to spoil the story for anybody. Go play it yourself, man. It's very worth it. It's like 4-hour play, maybe less, depending on how you play it on easy, normal, whatever. But I just feel like it's Heihachi. Like this should have been a DLC character way down the road. Something that you like. Or even changed,
or just let him dead.
Let him at least be dead for a game and a season pass.
Yeah, you keep him dead and you give him a freaking a person who carries it on. Like
you have his daughter, you have Reina. That's where it should have stopped.
Well,
That's where
Reina doesn't play exactly like Heihachi.
No, she doesn't.
I mean, like you have a descendant, or you have like a student of the Mishima style that was in secret up in the mountains and all that shit. Like
little Kuma's type stuff.
With. Yeah, like
he studied the ways, but it's still different.
Yeah, but like, so like, I get why like people who play Heihachi don't like playing Reina. I get why you want Heihachi back, but like this honestly just kind of gut punches and softens the fucking ending of Tekken 7 now.
Yep.
Where like, considering how hype as fuck the end of Tekken 7's story actually was with that final battle between between Kazuya and Heihachi, and now I'm just like, well, okay, so it was just another day in Mishima land for Kazuya and Heihachi, so it's just like, all right.
Comes back. Well, son, it's your turn to get thrown off the cliff.
I'm not excited anymore if I see someone gets thrown off a cliff.
No more fucking cliff.
Unless they jump in with them and they make sure they're dead. They're like, we're gonna die this time.
Like,
You guys are the worst at confirming
know.
who's
Well,
actually alive or not.
yeah,
I'm
I
Just the worst.
I just think that they had a really good, nice. I don't even know if I could say ending, but with the ending for Tekken 8 at the moment, what it was, I really enjoyed that. I was like, there's no other fight I want to see. I think this is as good as it fucking gets. It's hype as shit. And then like they were like, oh, side story, including like perspective from Eddie, and I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. And then like they released Heihachi, and I was like, oh, this is just stupid. I was like, we've already done this fight, man. Stop. Like
we were going here, and then you're like,
oh, it was a high, man. And now I don't know. Like it's so memeable that I'm just like, look, I'm happy for people who like Heihachi, but at the same time, I'm like, that's a character slot for someone else. Like, bring back Elisa's creator,
Dr. Ambrovich?
Yeah,
Whatever his
the hell
name
his
is?
name's.
The dude on the floor?
That would have been
Nah,
fine.
get out.
Bring back Roger. Bring back Gon. Bring back
Those are also joke characters.
anything
Yeah.
but Heihachi, man.
You want Mokujin, don't you?
you could have had.
Yeah,
we
what?
could've had-
What the
we
fuck
could've
happened to
had-
Mokujin?
Well, I mean, we could have had Julia come back. We could have had Kunimitsu come back. We could have had.
No, we got Victor. We don't need
Marduk.
Well, I'm just saying, like, Kuni,
Yeah, but
Kuni
just
is
other
still
characters.
popular. I'm not.
She
I'm
is.
just saying, like, people still like Kuni.
We got
it's
Lydia,
also,
which is interesting.
well, also, it's just like I understand the desire and need to put Heihachi's fighting style in the game. I get it. Like, it's classic. People love that. Everyone likes. So there are people that are truly like Heihachi Mishima stands on that fighting style. I get it. I do not like that you brought him back from the dead again.
Right.
Because now, if he dies, I just don't care because we know he's gonna come back.
He's not
Like,
gonna
it's
die,
just-
man.
I think if he dies again, he gets to
Well,
stamp that ticket. I guess he gets like a free
If
lunch or
Kazuya
something.
dies now, he gets to come back the same way Heihachi did.
No.
Even if Kazuya dies, it doesn't matter.
Hey,
I'm already like on the boat where if June if I don't know how the story is.
She's
no
coming
spoiler.
back.
Like June coming back is like a possibility, and I'm like, why? Like just
She got
let
deleted.
people-
Let's be real.
Like the whole point of Tekken 3 is your mom died, go avenge her. Like, so if you're gonna take that away now, like there's no.
Did I
character
I
development.
didn't say I didn't say died. I'm sorry. I had the cough. I said lied. She lied. She's like she's really actually
She's
out
in
in
the
the
mountains.
Bahamas. She's
Yeah,
chilling. She
sure.
lied to
I'm
you,
just-
dog.
I'm just very like if you. I think Street Fighter. I think Street Fighter has handled carrying move lists and to other new characters a lot better, and I think Tekken should maybe look at that a little bit. But
I'll just say
anyways.
we're gonna get the Heihachi's wife experience and more kids. I just think now we're gonna see like Heihachi take over, and then it's gonna be Kazuya and Jin. They're gonna fight together, and Jun's gonna appear, and he's like, "Oh, my wife. Oh, we're gonna do this as a family." And then Asuka's gonna appear, and then Lars is gonna appear. Everybody's gonna appear, and they're gonna be fighting Heihachi in this fucking army.
And
AKA
Kasumi is gonna just be chilling with Akuma over there, just watching it all as they're just like.
Look
So
at
he's
these,
gonna be like,
look
"Come on,
at
Jen,
these
I can do
dumb
it."
bastards. Look at these guys. Anyway,
Anyways, Heihachi's back, I guess.
yeah,
whatever.
he's
it's
back.
fine.
That hairline is coming back to
JDCR, don't you fucking
just
play him.
cause-
You could do
to cause
better.
some nightmares. So man, I'm kind of torn between doing Street Fighter or Strive, only because it's like we need a
We can burn right through Street Fighter because it's just one character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
let's just
Okay.
do-
All right. So Street Fighter.
Guilty Gear?
Street Fighter was. Huh? Yeah, we'll do it after.
Sorry.
We're gonna do Gear
Sorry.
after because Gear has a lot more content.
Yeah. So Street Fighter, we did get a bit more. I mean, we know obviously their entire year's worth of season 1 pass, right? And we got to check out Terry, or rather, just an in-game rendering of Terry, which is, I guess, their thing. You know what they're doing now is that they're actually showing like what happens with your character in World Tour, right? When you actually see the character out there. They did it with Ed. I believe they did it with Bison as well, because I think you find the horse and stuff.
It
and
was
Bison shows up.
all one video, but the problem I have is that Aki was announced last year the same way Terry was this year, and that was
Yeah.
it. Whereas 2 years
Yeah.
prior, we got Kimberly and a jury video, gameplay videos at that.
Yeah, I'm not sure as to the cadence to it. Hopefully we don't wait too long to get some kind of gameplay. I mean, it's not like we don't know how Terry should probably
Right,
play,
right.
but we got like a cinematic glimpse of Burning Knuckle and such, right? And sneakily putting in those cosmetics in the back, like with Blue Mary, and I think was it Joe? Who was the other guy? Was it Joe?
Joe Higashi.
It was Joe, right? Yeah. It was Joe there, and yeah. How we feeling on how Terry looks? Because he's been kind of getting memed up a bit.
I think he looks fine.
You think he looks fine?
I'm not blown away, but I think he looks fine for being a realistic Terry. Because the problem is, I don't know how Terry looks not being anime, and like honestly, like with this having to be realistic, I'm like, he's fine. Like it's not bad, but it's not great. It doesn't blow me away, but he looks fine.
I was gonna say the only other time we've seen an attempt to this was fighting X-Slayer.
And Smash
actually was him.
Yeah,
Still kind of.
But Smash is definitely more anime. It's much more cartoony. It's much more much more exaggerated.
What about Fatal Fury?
And I want to say
Wild Ambition. It's 3D.
Bro, I don't even know what the fuck that is.
It's a 3D fighting game.
Okay, yeah.
He said, "Nah."
I was like, you made
it was
that
on
shit
PS1. I'll find it.
But we got yeah, right.
I'll just say, to keep it simple, they're using UE5 engine, right?
No, it's the RE engine.
RE engine.
Oh yeah, so the fuck are they doing?
I don't know.
Like, that Terry looks like trash. With the power that they have, yo, you telling me buff looking sexy Ryu wasn't fire when people saw him? They were like, oh, that's still Ryu, but they're like, yo, that's sexy, right?
But they've also had like 30 years of fucking with this guy.
Yeah,
Terry, they're like, just come over here and sit down.
I agree. There are some bad looks. Like, for instance, I think the classic Ryu outfit is trash, but the current Ryu that is just Ryu as himself is fine. There are some Luke costumes that is pretty bad, and some of these Ken costumes are pretty bad too. I mean, it's still RE engine. You can also customize. It is a lot to it, but I think Terry looks fine.
First impressions not terrible. It was just very weird. Like his I love seeing the hat thing. You know, the hat getting picked up. That was great. That was fire.
I think City of the Wolves outfit too, Terry, would look.
Oh, you're talking about Wild Terry.
And yeah, I think when they showed that as the alt, like, I don't know what you do for an alt costume other than that for Terry Bogard.
Right.
So has he worn anything else?
I don't know. So like, yeah, but like, I think with Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves, like, I don't know why you wouldn't use that as the alt, and I think the alt will look way better than KOF / classic Fatal Fury Terry in this game.
You think this is a case of that?
Yeah, I
think the Ryu Classic looking like ass, but the current one looks great. You think that's like they're kind of doing a switcheroo on us?
Maybe, I don't know. I just have a feeling like if they do a City of the Wolves variant on Terry, I think it'll look a lot better than this base Terry.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't think they want to have the Akuma problem that we discussed.
Yeah,
body looks awkward.
Yeah,
the Akuma problem being that the default skin looks better than what they pushed out after the fact.
Yeah.
So. Yeah,
that's funny. That happened in MVCI. That happened in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, where the new Dante looked better than the current Dante they put in the game.
Well, you know my theory on that. I said all the DLC is just updated graphics. That's it. I feel like
it's lazy. It's MVCI.
Yeah. With the Terry, I actually noticed something that was weird. I think we need to not, and I'm gonna kind of take back what I said. I don't think he's gonna look bad in the game when we have him in game. I think he's gonna look bad in cutscenes because they haven't figured out how he's supposed to look. Because remember, Terry has different looks. He has like big bulky arm Terry. You know, he has skinny arm Terry. We've seen it in different games, whether it be Fatal Fury or whatever. I think in game he's gonna look proper. I'm gonna call that. I know that sounds weird,
but it does sound weird because that was in game.
It wasn't.
That is the in-game model.
I know it is, but I think they're gonna detail it more when we have it as 1v1. Like, you know, that's the World Tour look, in my opinion. Because even some of the characters look a lot more detailed outside of World Tour than they do in regular fights. At least it looks like it to me.
I don't know about that.
And I played quite a bit of World Tour.
I played through World Tour 2. I've seen Zangief look pretty good in some of those cutscenes where he might not look good in some in-game stuff.
They just got Terry wrong on this cutscene. Maybe they should have just went with the City of Wolves look. It would have been a little, and maybe give him because remember, everybody's older. He still looks like he hasn't aged quite a bit. And
there's a possibility that they started developing him like on the Capcom side before they knew what he was going to look like in City of the Wolves. There's a chance.
True.
Like they probably were talking about this for a long time. You know?
Well, I mean, they have
should've made him
Garo.
old,
They have.
man.
I mean, they had Garo to look at too if they
That's
wanted
true.
to update his look. But I think they went with Base Terry because Base Terry is what's in Fighting X Layer. It's what Smash.
Everybody knows it.
It's
True.
it's the crossover outfit. Like
It's even
Yeah.
Fall Guys.
Yeah,
Fall Guys. Yeah.
They should have just made him a little bit older looking. Like he looks. It's almost like they tried, but then they were like, "Oh, but he still needs to look really clean." Young. I don't know. It's weird. It's like an.
I honestly think it's just the jarring disposition between more realism versus anime.
Plus his
I
jawline
truly
is
think-
crazy.
That's why
Yeah.
MBCI failed, because they look at Hagar's model. He's too realistic. It's like I've never seen these characters out of cell shading.
There's so many reasons why the MBCI failed. We can't get into
Yeah.
that.
But yeah, so
6 hours,
so-
we have to quit our jobs.
I think there'll be redemption when we actually get to see him in the actual, when we're gonna see him 99% of the time, which is in a 2D plane with his hat facing us slightly, and we probably might not even see his face fully because traditionally he tends to have it a little bit over, so you don't actually tend to see his face too much.
Oh, I know.
But
I know we're gonna jump into the
in
next
the-
thing. I just want to say, please don't give him a fucking taunt that like changes his power up or some stupid shit. We need to stop doing that. Just stop doing that in games. If you want him to have that,
Hey,
nope. If you want him to have that, make it instant, make it quick, bro. Make it quick. That's all I'm saying. Don't do the Akuma shit, where it takes forever. Make it quick.
Why not? But DJ got a good one.
Does DJ have a buff?
He's an exception.
Yeah, he does a dance, and if you dance, he like builds his super meter.
Oh, yeah,
That's an
yeah, that one.
exception.
That's
an
right. They
exception.
did
That's
it
an
last
exception.
year's Evo.
Yes. DJ's been waiting for a
Alright.
long time.
Thor had the same thing. Remember when he just pointed at you?
Yeah.
That Fu guy, by the way,
Did that to
he
you?
has no. Trust me, he does a laser and he can cancel it with taunt. I never saw Thor do that. I didn't know he could do that. Did you know?
No.
He can throw a laser
now you
and
do.
cancel.
Anyway, I think I'll look it up.
To peep that out. That's some secret tech. All right, and kind of like our second to last and kind of really beefy piece. Didn't expect this one to actually kind of get as much attention as it did, but it's Strive. Season 4 being in development is no secret. We already knew. It was announced already. It was just a matter of like when, and also just a matter of like fucking who. And I like that they went the route of just like with Street Fighter 6, just fucking here. Like here's everybody. No more waiting until last second.
I can't believe they did that. Like I honestly
Yeah.
was shocked.
Yeah.
I'm surprised
And you
we
know what?
didn't get a character like we have for the past 2 years.
And you know what? They really bit hard. I feel like it was definitely a decision. I don't say not made lightly, but it was definitely a decision made, I think, maybe post seeing how Street Fighter received theirs, because they didn't even come out with like renders of any of these characters. Like it was all like the artwork, like the concept art. Not to say that they're like that far behind, because clearly some of these characters are going to be releasing this year. But I'm like, damn, they didn't even give us like a render or like the official artwork for them to actually like show off, which I was like, huh, that's interesting. They just gave us like, yo, this is who you're getting. So season 4 pass is coming with Queen Dizzy, Unika, obviously the new character for dual rulers, which also might be mirroring some Justice stuff that I've seen on Twitter, which just now I'm like really scared about. Venom finally, Venom boys, be happy. I am so sorry for this next one though, because Jam Bros are just fucking down bad. But this one also fucking this one out of fucking left field, dude. Like I actually had a legit reaction when I saw it and thought, oh, this can't be real. It's fake. Fucking Lucy from Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
Wow.
Holy shit. What? And we talked about this before. Guilty Gear has never had a crossover character in any capacity at all. Everyone was going for like, hey, if you're gonna have a crossover, put Ragna in, put someone from Blaze Blue in. They've had their crossover obviously with BB Tag, but Guilty Gear was not there. Right? Like that's the only IP that has not made the crossovers there. So the fact that they cross over and then cross over to Edge Runners to Cyberpunk.
Makes
CD
sense.
Projekt Red. Whoa, what the? At first it didn't, but then it made sense because it's the same studio working on or rather the studio also worked on Edge Runners as well. That they're working on the dual rulers. It's not Studio Trigger fully. It's like one of the other animation houses that worked on it. So they're like, oh, okay. Fucking, you know what? Go for it. And guess what? I'm a big fan of fucking Cyberpunk in general. But Edge Runners, you know, we've had conversations outside of this podcast about it, how fucking important that show was and how critical that show was in even saving the Cyberpunk franchise, especially that game, and reviving it, right? And to have Lucy and Guilty Gear?
I think,
I'm in frame one.
I think this is the coolest crossover, man, since maybe Smash integrated like Solid Snake or some shit like that, and we were like, whoa. And the reason why I say that is because like we've never seen Smash go that distance, but we've never seen Strive do that either, right? Where we're like,
Never seen Guilty Gear do that.
yeah, just
at all.
Guilty Gear in general. So this to me is like, this is like, it's unprecedented, which it is. It's really fucking cool, and they chose such an awesome character and such an awesome genre to mix with everything that they have.
Some people obviously they're like, oh, why not David?
Yes, thank you.
Why not Rebecca? Because you know those two were also very, very popular characters, and most people they you know they're like, oh, put in the fucking lowly and Guilty Gear. It's like, all right, that's funny. But I'm like, hey, spoilers to anyone who hasn't seen Edge Runners. This is literally your spoilers right fucking now. Like you got 3 seconds. Okay, this is now spoiler territory. They're fucking dead. So Lucy's the only one. Lucy's the only one that survived that series. All right. So like, if you want to just talk canonically, like, makes sense.
I don't think that's why. I don't think that's why.
I mean, I don't think that's why either.
I'm just saying you can fall back on that. Like that's like my argument. Like, listen, they're fucking dead. Like I don't know what you want me to tell you.
Mike, why do you think? And I'll go after.
I think it's gonna be you could argue this is when she's like deep dive hacking into like worlds and shit like this, and this is one of the worlds that she like kind of dives into or whatever. And it makes more sense for her to like dream like hack drop into Guilty Gear or whatever in some sense, versus the others were not one of those deep dive hackers. If you want to make it story sensical-ish.
I will say I just like that because then she could be fighting to get a gear or to become something like that, just because of the power alone to stay eternal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll rebuttal this because this is the other reason why people have been actually on the other fence. I've been going like, why? Like, it's not so much just Lucy. They're like, why a character from Cyberpunk? Because you got to remember, these are the lore boys, the Guilty Gear lore boys here. Guilty Gear revolves around magic. Mm-hmm. The whole idea of Guilty Gear is like Y2K happened, and instead of like the phone era and what we have now in technology, it's like that got wiped away, and it's all about magic. So they're like, you're putting a chick that's all about technology, which is supposed to be the bad thing here. And now you put her in a world where it's all about magic. Like, how is she supposed to interact with anything? Which is like, I get it. Like, that's like the part that people are just like right now being kind of vocal about. But I'm like, you know, it's science fiction at the end of the day. People, you know, the way they write it, science fiction could be like, science could be so advanced that it could look like magic, right? It's like, you know, kind of one of the themes that gets written out there.
Science and magic are against each other very often in many, many entities.
So the reason I think that they chose her, it doesn't really have anything to do with the lore or anything like that. I think they had a prototype for a character, and they wanted to do this collab in her archetype, and she fit that kit the best. That's what I think happened. Like whatever she's gonna be doing, however she is going to fight in this game. The kit that they had, the prototype that they had, that's typically what happens, right? They're like, okay, well, we had like, I mean, in the case of like, let's say Street Fighter and Terry, the exchange of like, okay, let's bring Terry to Street Fighter and we'll build this kit based off of that. That probably happened in that direction. But in many cases, before they even make the character, they'll have the kit available. They'll have the prototype of the character available, and then they'll just wrap a character and story around it.
Yeah. My only thing to that though is Lucy's weapon style is really specific. Like, so I guess like it makes sense that they made a kit before that, but like that's a really specific kit, possibly.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like we don't know what her kit's gonna be. So like if this character is gonna be based on like let's say buffing themselves and like nerfing the enemy with like status effects and stuff like that, I think she'd be perfect for that.
Also teleporting.
Right.
I mean, she's able to deep dive, right? So she might be able to do something with meter, because I'm pretty sure they haven't had enough characters with meter control and changing meters. She might be able to swap meter, stuff like that. I mean, it's a little crazy, but
imagine if she could hack your burst, stops you from bursting. Oh god,
she'd be annoying, and she'd probably be the best character in the game.
I mean, we don't know. All we know is that they used the regular art of her with her cords and
the whips,
the whip and things.
That came from the anime. That wasn't even in the damn game until that anime came out, and they then made it a part of Cyberpunk when it came back with the big patch.
What if we just dumbed it down and just said, have a big ass audience who loved that show that did really fucking well? Like, I mean,
also that was gonna be that was gonna be follow. I want to see real clear. I'm not saying the lore is the reason. Like, we want to build and Lucy fits that build. No, not even fucking close. I am definitely more on Josh's side that they were like, yo, we want to do maybe a whip character, and there is no whip character in Guilty Gear, and then they just happen to be like sitting next to Studio Trigger. They're like, hey, we heard you wanted to do a whip character, and then they're like, let me take you to lunch, and they're like, yo, I hear you're doing anime. Yo, we do some dope shit too. Those guys are crazy. You want to try this? Yeah, bet. And also, the idea of what Edge Runners is, the kind of the attitude and all that. Like, it fits Guilty Gear. It fits. It fits. So it's like, you know what? It just seemed like a good collaboration. It's dope. It's two of my favorite things put together, so I'm fucking excited. I think this season 4 is wild. Also, hey, Dizzy, Queen Dizzy.
Thank God, finally, about fucking time. I said I would play.
She's gonna play so much more different. You're not
I don't care. I don't care. It's Dizzy. It doesn't matter.
It's okay. Mez is gonna come back. Look, this is what's gonna happen. Mez is gonna come back. He's gonna play Dizzy, and then he's gonna quit after.
No, I'm actually not gonna quit. I actually am excited to play Dizzy. Like, this is all I've been waiting for since day one.
She's not gonna play the same.
I don't. You guys don't realize.
It's like
the name is Dizzy.
Again.
The name has Dizzy. That's all I care. She looks similar to her.
Okay.
If she gets a new kit, I would be even fucking more ecstatic, because now we're gonna be doing some cool shit, even more cool shit for Stride Beast. I'm happy. Trust me. I will probably be playing the game for a long time.
I'm also worried about Venom's kit, to be honest. I'm worried about Venom's kit.
And
I'm worried about Dizzy's kit. I'm worried about Venom's kit. I mean, the other two are new characters. I have no idea.
So they could be whatever.
I'm really curious what the Strive versions of those characters look like nowadays, because there's no way you let all the cue ball setups that Venom used to have still exist today. There ain't.
I don't know if we'll do. I don't know if we'll do trigonometry. Maybe some geometry, just a little bit, maybe. But I don't think it's gonna get as buck wild as it's been in like
Red
or
I
anything
hope?
like that.
Can I just put out a hope out there? I hope Robokai's head is his cue ball.
Oh, that'd be so great. That'd be so good.
I can see them making Dizzy have an install that kind of sets her back a little bit to how she was. And the only reason why I say
That's what you hope.
I'm hoping, yes, but I can kind of see it happening, because I think she's going to have a vaster kit. She's going to be able to do all these new things. And we're like, oh, but where's old Dizzy? And she's like, install old shit. Deal with it, right?
Sure.
But because I think she's gonna get like the double jump. I think she's gonna get the double dash, stuff like that, right? Those are the things I think make her strong. But I think the way they're trying to pitch her, she seems a little bit different.
So Monkey's Paw part now kicks in, and now it's exactly like Kai's Dragon install, where you have to be 25% health low and need like 50 and blah 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 blah.
Which I'm okay with.
And then you'll never see it.
Keep in mind, I was a Kai player.
Did you use Dragon install?
Yes, I did actually. Yes, I did.
Okay.
After the patch. After the patch, because he needed to. He started getting. He got
too dizzy to see it, Meza.
So besides the season 4 characters that got announced, we got 2 newer stages that are gonna be coming along with it, as well as this week, which we finally got some fucking news on it. 3v3 beta is happening this week, July 25th. It'll be going live. There are some details already posted up. I haven't looked at the details yet, because I'm actually gonna do it. I'm actually gonna be recording something specifically for that, because I want to see the details. I've seen a couple of small things. The 3v3 is a one main character, 2 assists type of thing. I'm gonna go look into it more detailed, but it's all posted up. You get all the information there, but that's happening this week. It's gonna be playing until I believe it's the 29th or the 30th. It's like we only get like about a week. This is clearly stress testing. Get that data sample from like everybody playing to see like what's broken, what worked, what doesn't work, or what really actually is like legitimately broken, as in like the system just does not work or doesn't work as intended. So they're gonna be doing that, and then hopefully we get an update as to when the actual full release is going to be. But I'm stoked on that 3v3. We've been waiting on this
since the inception of the game. It was supposed to come out on the PlayStation, wasn't it? Or was that the 2v2
was it
stuff?
that? I think I cannot remember when that first trailer.
I remember
because it's been like this. It's been this like flaunting dream. I keep coming back to every once in a while.
Well, it's like ever since we saw like Kai and Soul like be like tagging up against Agoriyuki, we always thought there was like going to be some kind of tag mode or whatever.
Or dramatic battle or something.
And we got dramatic battles in arcade mode where it's 2v1.
Yeah,
but like they're. We've always wondered, like, well, what does tag actually look like for Guilty Gear, right? So, like, I'm down to try it. I don't know if it's gonna, if people are gonna stick to it very long.
Right.
I don't know how much Gear people like tag games, but we'll.
What do you mean? I just said Marvel. I just talked about it in the previous episode. Hey, Apology Man and fucking Item. Those are both Marvel players right there, and they're rocking the game.
I hear you. I just don't know. If the game isn't, if that mode isn't balanced for, and it's truly a party for fun mode, I don't know how much people will stick with it after the initial burst, which is fine. Like if they just want to put out a fun mode and call it a day, cool,
exactly, right.
Guilty Gear for the Game Boy Advance had tag for some reason. Guilty Gear Advance X.
Go look up footage of that game and just tell me there is a god.
You just push a button and your character transforms.
Oh my god. Yeah. So I think it's kind of neck and neck. I want to say in terms of content, I think Strive came out the strongest, but Tekken 8 seems to have had a pretty big impact because they're like, oh my god, Heihachi is back, but it's like for a numerous amount of reasons. But yeah, that's I think what took the cake for Evo weekend until we actually get that Mobile 4 announcement. But besides that, we had one other set of announcements, of course, and it's just the following up. Evo 2024 was behind us. We can only look forward to 2025 and then some, and we finally got some details on things that we were supposed to get details a while ago. Off the rip, I just wanted to make sure I'm like correct when I heard them. When I heard Rick say this, February LA Evo Awards.
Yes.
Did I hear that right? 2025. Yeah. Though, like I heard, like from what he explained, like it's something that was shown off in the venue and shown off there, but like there's been no details
in between, like the commercials.
Mm-hmm. Oh, is that what it was? Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, I didn't see the commercials like that. Evo Awards 2025. Cool. All going on in February in LA. Evo Japan got announced May 9th through the 11th next year. Stoked on it. I think that's the closest it's been to summer, right? Because I think previously it's been January, February.
It's pretty far in.
Like, so that's like closer to summer, which I'm like that.
Time.
That might be a primo time to go though. No, or maybe even March was the last one. Of course, Evo next year, happening still in Vegas, August 1st through the 3rd. Hopefully a little bit cooler, not like mid July. Yeah, also pretty close to mine, or at least it usually is. And then the big one, right? The big one that, or actually technically two big ones, but this one that we knew about, Evo EU, or I guess if they just want to call it Evo Europe, has been announced over in Nice, over in France, October 10th through the 12th. That's happening next year. That's what I guess one of the new areas that they were explaining, and they were saying last year that they were going to and expanding to. Because we do have, like, you know, the EU really has been that one region, which is the one we kind of also been speculating on, is the one region that like could use an Evo the most. I mean, we already have one over in Japan, so we have Japan, we have North America, and we have EU. I think that's a pretty good trifecta of areas for now anyway, in terms of that level. Seeing how they're going to treat it, if it's going to be similar to Evo Japan or is it going to be closer to standard Evo. But that's happening once again, October 10th to the 12th. And then they got a bonus one. We got a bonus Evo announced, or I guess it's an Evo. They didn't actually put a name on it. They just said where it's going, and it's Singapore.
Yes, 2016. 2026. Sorry.
I was. That was 8 years ago.
It's in the past. It time travel. You know.
It time traveled, right? Just like it's just like that. So Singapore, 2026. Very, very interesting. I'm really trying to put my finger on what that is. If that is actually an Evo, but it's like, yeah, what are you guys thinking? There's a lot of Evo events throughout the year now.
I think I'm gonna stick to the one that I go to. Well, there's some roller coasters I haven't been to in LA, so maybe, I don't know.
My only fear with however many Evos there is it means people don't have to travel to the big Evo anymore.
Big one.
Right. Like Japan could stay, like the Japanese players can stay in Japan. The Chinese player, everyone can stay in their home and not have to worry about coming to the big one anymore because there's so many, right? So
I was gonna say I think a little bit on, actually I feel a bit more on the opposite side of that coin, because Evo in Vegas, it's like what started it. It'll always have that weight no matter what, and it's like the other events are seen as not. I don't want to say not as prestigious in any way, because it's still like you're a champ in any of the Evos, you are an Evo fucking champ wherever it may be. But it won't be like looked at in the same level, I think, because of Evo being historically that big international event. It just happens to be in North America. That's like really what it is. Like I think it'll still be fine. I'm just wondering how well the other ones did, because remember, even like year one of Evo Japan, though it's a gamble, and you know they had to deal with like the Japanese laws and stuff when it came to like things like the prize payouts. It's definitely already changed where now people are getting paid out and all that, like for actually participating, just, you know, because of the gambling law changes. But it doesn't historically do as well. It doesn't bring as many people as Evo does, right? So I think it'll be okay. I think it'll be okay.
And on top of that, because me and Dre had this conversation, like when they made that announcement, is that it is more players can get into the United States than some of these other places. Like remember, Pakistan was not at Evo Japan, which we can clearly see they probably should have been. And Singapore is. I mean, I don't know if they're. Like, first of all, it's not like I have inside knowledge on why they didn't show up. Like it's why they got their visas denied and stuff like that, right? But it's kind of the same thing. Like with Singapore, for anybody going from the U.S. is not going to have a problem. Anyone going from like a lot of the Western nations is not going to have an issue. But some of these other places, like Pakistan, or maybe if there's a player from Iran or stuff like that, they're going to have more issues getting in. So yeah, I think that that's one of the issues that we're going to come across seeing these other Evos, and they're more. It's more so just like expanding that Evo brand, which is good for the FGC in general.
Absolutely,
and more players get to experience an Evo or a tournament of that size, which may just generate more hype in those areas. So
yeah, I think overall it'll definitely be a benefit. It'll also give opportunities for these programs that are being built, like the ones that Sherigenics runs, to help with these players and professionals get visas and go through those processes. It's gonna help build and progress that forward, which is like fucking awesome. Because maybe it'll help, kind of like I said, it'll help bolster the answer or the processes to make those players that initially would have a bad time actually, eventually grow and make it easier over time, because there's going to be more of a demand for it, right? There's going to be more instances of it, so there's going to be a need for change in some way, right? Or at least in processes and all.
So when do you think we get Evo Down Under?
Evo Antarctica, fucking Evo Bermuda, Evo Bermuda fucking Triangle. Like if you make it in, like you actually get to play whatever Capcom has that year. You just gotta make it there and not get shipwrecked. Like I'm down. I'll try it. Let me play Tekken fucking 9 in an actual volcano. I'll fucking do it. Like let's go.
You'll survive. We know you'll be in the next one.
The floor is literally lava.
My other worry is if there's too many more of these Evos and those schedules collide with other big majors. Like if I don't think they are right now, but if Evo was the same weekend as like Combo Breaker, that would be like, you know what I mean, or something like that. Yeah.
One thing I would say for two things. One, I would say that's damn near impossible because of number two, because man, it's for Rick to be in two places at once. Fucking good luck, brother. Like, goddamn, dude, you are just the hardest working man. I'm sorry, Spooky. At that point, I'd be like, he is the hardest working man in the FGC. Good lord.
I was throwing out a major that just popped in my head. I realized like Evo and Combo Breaker would never be around the same time frame. But
no, absolutely,
you know what I mean?
absolutely.
Like,
because there's only so many good times throughout the year to do that, right? Like, it's gonna get a little tough. But there's no way they're not also communicating with these these TOs to do this.
I was also gonna say, like, a lot of those TOs work Evo. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. So
But we've also seen times where an announcement happens and some TOs have been like, what the fuck? Like, that's when I'm doing this, right?
Yeah,
like, we have also seen that. But this is Evo. This is supposed to be that bar, right? That pinnacle of it. There's a reason why it's there. The people running it are not. There's no way they aren't privy to this because they're literally the vets of the game, right? Like, or like you said, everyone's working it. There's no way someone can go like, not a good idea. Or maybe like, ooh, damn, that sucks. And here's my feedback as to why that sucks, because maybe now you're stomping on this over in this region or something. Like, there's just no shot.
The one really cool thing I'll say is this will probably mean a lot more travel for pro players to other regions, and I'm all for seeing like the American pros and like everyone from NA like go over to like Singapore and EU and do these like, huge tournaments, because there was never like, unless like you're pulling numbers like EWC or something like that, there was no reason for them to really or like Red Bull Kumite in like a different region. You wouldn't see like, you have to have some kind of event that can pull that kind of number. So we'll at least get to see more of like our pro players from our area like get to go and do these like huge tournaments and see stuff.
Really become world warriors for sure. Yeah, it had to be a certain kind of level to make it out there. But now there's a guaranteed event in these regions that will garner the ability to go out and the benefit to go and see, right? Which is sick. But I think that was I think it's a good plan. We're just gonna have to wait and see as to what what they're gonna have in store with that. And I mean, that actually is going to round up our announcements at Evo. I think overall it was I think we got some bangers. We might have gotten some fumbles. I don't want to say misses because any announcement is a dub for me. But we want to hear from you guys. We want to hear from you guys, our listeners. We want to hear you guys from our awesome listeners, our awesome viewers, everyone that's been checking out the content. What was your most or least favorite part of Evo 2024? What did you really enjoy about the event, and maybe what you were like a little disappointed on and want to share with us? We're gonna be posting up this question, of course, on our Discord. We're gonna hit this up in our social medias as well. We're gonna be posting it up everywhere. We're gonna follow up on it on the following episode. And with that, actually, one last thing we want to know: with Evo Europe being announced, are you going to check it out? Do you have plans to go, or are you like, I'm saving it for Evo Japan? But maybe Evo EU, you haven't been to Europe, might be the way to go. We'll be posting that up. That'll be our poll for this week as well. We're gonna post it up, like I said, on our Discord, social media platforms, all that good stuff. Your favorite podcast platforms as well that support it. But that is going to be it for this second episode for this week of Double Tap. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Appreciate my awesome hosts just pulling the double with me. All love for you guys for coming through on that. You guys can check them all out, of course, on social media as well. Check out Static Gorilla at Static Gorilla on all social media platforms, as well as on Twitch.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Still doing TNS.
TNS and recovering, watching, not recovering, but recovering from Evo. Yes, from losing, but also watching back matches. Yes.
Check the tapes. That's a good mindset to have. Meza at Meza FGC, of course. What's going on with you, homie? Besides sleep.
I mean, if anything, I'll be waiting for the Guilty Gear stuff, and I guess playing other games while I wait, just to kind of get rid of those, and then you guys will still see me running DFO stuff till the end of the year.
Okay. And Mikey, I mean, I already know this answer. Mikey, where can they find you at?
Nowhere.
You're supposed to stay on these streets, dog. You're supposed to be like wherever on the streets, wherever the locals are at. He's there.
Don't observe me. Don't acknowledge me.
Go the other way.
Go the other way. I've got bronchitis. Stay away.
Oh damn! check out Ja, of course, on Twitter and on Blue Sky at Josh Stradamus as well.
Yep.
There we go. You're just waiting for that acknowledgement. You can check me out at CrashTagVS. Also, make sure to check out the show at Double Tap FGC once again on all social media platforms as well as on YouTube. Go subscribe over to our YouTube. We post up a video version of our podcast as well as post up on our community posts some shorts. Like, comment, it all helps a whole lot out. We appreciate everybody that's been doing it and everyone that's going to be doing it in the future. You guys can also make sure to join. If you want to get involved with our question of the week, want to post up some articles, get involved, of course, in our polls, all that good stuff. Check out our awesome community over at mash.gg/Discord. Come say what's up. Everybody there was all super active while Evo was going on. Shout outs to all of you that went for your first Evo. Make sure to, we want to hear from you guys. Let us know what you think about Evo, what you liked about it the most and what you liked about it the least. What you liked least about it. There we go. That's how you say that. It's late. It's all good though. But yeah, go join us once again, mash.gg/Discord. Go say what's up to our awesome community there.
Doubletap.gg/Discord.
Oh, doubletap.gg. Oh, wait, I thought it was always Mash. Okay, doubletap.gg/Discord. Go check us out there. Asterisk. Yeah, so guys, appreciate you guys hanging out with us for another episode of Double Tap. We'll be live with a single episode next week. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe a lot of stuff goes down. Marvel 4 goes down, I'll lose my goddamn mind. Anyway, in the meantime, though, all love. Appreciate y'all for listening. Hopefully, once again, for those that might be still taking flights, get home safe. But we'll see you guys, of course, next week. Peace.